My goal this year, my daughter's 3, and for 3 years, I kind of just moved back just so I can focus being a mom.
Yeah.
And this year, I asked God to connect me with people to be able to do things like this because it needs to be out there. And everyone keeps saying, you can't stay in the background. You got to come back out. You got to come back out. So thank you.
Okay.
Because this is like my first podcast back out here full time.
That's dope.
So
I've been getting it a lot lately. Like people say, this is my first podcast. Like Jazz from Palette from Culture. We interviewed and shot her episode last week and put it out. She was like, "It's my first interview by far. This is a great time." I'm like, "Shit, okay, I'm doing something."
Yeah,
I'm getting exclusives.
Because I've done other stuff, but like TV and radio is not the same thing as a podcast.
Right.
This is more like with your audience that's not so over, production and all that kind of stuff. So I'm happy.
All right. Well, with that being said, welcome back to another episode of the Talk Vibe Hustle Podcast, the podcast where we dive into the mind and the passion of the most influential and inspiring people in the city. I'm gonna be real with y'all. We got a very special guest today in Christina. Not only is she a boss bitch, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I know I ain't supposed to cuss on YouTube in the first few minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and call a spade a spade. She's an amazing human being. She has her foot in a little bit of this door and that door, but at the same time, she's gonna come out of this door and put herself into this. So she knows how to pour herself into a business and turn it into a thriving business. She's the truth. Welcome, Christina.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I want to touch on how we met real quick. So I came through for the El Hut Family and Friends event to come and taste this meal, which, that was a genius idea. I heard you speak about it a little bit at the event, and I really want to hear you just speak on it a little bit more, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where I'm in the season of just going for everything that I think will make an impact, not just for the business, but for the other person as well. And so I started in January and I said, this year I want to do things differently. I don't do the same thing. Having a restaurant, you kind of see the same things and they get redundant. And you only see big things happen with franchises. Well, we're not a franchise yet at Jake's Soul Food Cafe, and we're not just a little tiny mom and pop spot. We're finally at our second location, and I wanted to step it up some. And so everyone was like, no, don't do it. Don't collaborate with a chef. Don't collaborate with a foodie. Don't do it because they may take your audience, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, you haven't done anything, so I'm not going to listen to you. And so the first person we collaborated was a chef, Chef Prevo. We did tacos.
That's hilarious. It's fine.
This is real life in a restaurant,
That's
okay?
perfect. That is perfect timing.
We're going to let it ring out.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And then the second collaboration was with Ladarius.
Okay.
And so he came to support the Prevo collaboration. So that was great for him to support that one. And I saw him over there and I was sitting with my sweetheart and I said, oh, he's right there. He's on, my vision board at home. And he was like, well, go talk to him. I said, well, I'm going to go talk. He was like, well, go ahead. I was like, well, I'm going. So I get up and I walk over there and he's sitting with my good friend, Megan.
Okay.
And so this is why it's important to have relationships with people because you never know what your network can do for you. I'm not saying he probably would have said no if I had just approached him, but I think having friends that were also friends of his, putting up good word to say, hey, this is a person that you can work with. She's going to be, what she says she's going to do. That definitely sticks out a lot. And so I approached him. I said, hey, I have this vision. You're the only person that fits into it, and you have to say yes. I was very direct.
I love that.
And he was like, okay. I said, I have this, this vision and you're the person. He said, yes. We met in March and we started working on it from March and then it came out in August. Because I'm a big believer on making sure you're planning ahead and not doing everything at the last minute. And people expect you to do everything at the last minute when you are a Black or brown business. And for me, I move like corporations do because that's where I came from. And so we did everything at least a quarter or a year in advance. And so since we couldn't do it a year in advance, I said, let's at least do it in a quarter in advance. So we have nothing but to roll it out. And so we started with a mood board, and then we did tastings, and then we got whole new plating, everything, because I wanted it to be visual for a foodie, not look the same like every other plate. So when you're looking at it, it's Instagrammable. It's something that it can create, user-generated content. And he loves it. And what we did was we put his favorite of salmon with a family recipe of mine, and we kind of like put a twist on it to make it still Caribbean American. And we are here today.
That's amazing. Was salmon on the menu before?
No. And that was another thing. He wanted something that was not on the menu, and I was open for it.
Yeah.
Because again, I didn't want to do it where most places they just get something on the menu and just kind of throw a name on it.
Yeah.
That's generic.
It's not unique at all.
Not at all, because I can get it any day.
Yeah.
Versus now, you can only get it now because he has what he wants with the salmon.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I want to say not even what, but when you were making that vision board, because I think that it's not even I heard this in a book that 65% of ideas don't come to fruition because they're not on an idea or vision board. So when you're writing out that vision board, what was the main point that said Ladarius is that person for you?
So I am really big on strategy. I help companies build strategies, and the word strategy comes from the military. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
It just kind of got popular the last couple of years because entrepreneurship got popular. But to be strategic means you're going to win. And only sergeants made strategies for them to go to battle and win the war. So whoever had the best strategy won the war.
Yeah.
And so when they brought that into business, and this is a Harvard Law Review, so this isn't like something I just came up with. Harvard Business Review. I didn't just come up with it. That means that you're going to win. And so when I'm thinking of a strategy in any of my companies, I'm saying, what can we do that makes us stand out, win, build reputation, customer loyalty, and build revenue?
Okay.
Meaning we're going to win in all of the elements of your business, not just one. And most people, they say, I'm going to create a strategy plan, which you can't, because a plan is not the same thing as a strategy. A plan is just a list of things that you have to do. A strategy says, I'm going to take this thing and be the best at it and do whatever it takes to be the best at it so I can be at the top in this industry, market, whatever. And so when I was thinking about my strategy for the year, I said, what can we do to cover all those elements in business? And the only person I thought at the top at that moment when it comes to being a foodie is Ladarius. The only person I thought about being at the top as a chef that's young was Chef Prevo. There was no, again, plan B and C, because I only wanted the best so we can win and be at the top.
There you go.
And so we came out with the collaboration. Everything had to be on 11, not 10.
Yeah.
Like, it had to be at the very top, the visuals, the video, the marketing, the branding, the PR, everything. Because again, that's what made the collaboration stand out. And people were like, whoa, what is that? That looks really good. Those pictures look fire. Is that a restaurant? Wow, that's a meal?
Yeah.
Wow, like it was just so many wows because people weren't expecting a restaurant to visually look that great when it came to branding.
Yeah, you did a really good job. That photo shoot when y'all were wearing the all white, I was like, oh, y'all went bang for the buck with that one. That's tough.
And it went down to even our, photographers and videographers. The strategy was to win and be the best. And so I went to who I know of is the best photographer that shoots visuals that way. That looks very commercial, high end. And that was Tez Davenport. He's amazing. I hit him up. He doesn't even shoot like regular people anymore. He does a lot of stuff for the business that he works in. Yeah. And so I DM'd him, and then I sent him a message, and I went on his website and put an inquiry in, and he was like, oh, Christina, for sure, let's make it happen. He's like, I don't really shoot a lot of people, so you got like these days and times that I could do it. Yeah. And I made it work. And we did the photo shoot. And same thing with the videography. We hired extras, all this type of stuff to be in the commercial. So I wanted to be top notch because, again, to be strategic means to win.
There you go. I like that mindset. So Jake's wasn't originally your baby. So tell me how you kind of got involved with Jake's.
Yeah. So I worked with Jake's for about 5 or 6 years before becoming CEO of it. And they were a client of mine at my business and production company, Plia, that I had for 11 years before I got rid of it last year. And I closed it and sold it. And so, I was in the transition of buy businesses, because I've always liked to buy businesses and grow and scale them. And he kind of came to me and, was like, hey, we're looking to either sell it or close it or someone take over it. And so I was like, okay, well, let's see what this looks like. And he's like, the whole team was like, just ask Christina if she's interested. And so yeah, you got to do your due diligence when you're buying a company, because everything is different than the surface that you see.
Yeah.
And so we have to look at legal things, taxes. You have to look at the books, the P&L, the balance sheet. You have to look at who he's leaving in place in the business, the organizational structure. So many things that goes into a business when you're about to buy it or take over it or whatever you're going to do with that company. And so after I did all my due diligence and saw everything, he was an open book. He told me everything I need to know, things I didn't want to know, but I need to know. And I was like, this is a good fit. Also, my grandmother is from Guyana. And so Caribbean is in my culture already. Mm-hmm. And so it was almost like a 360 moment where it came back to me and it made sense because we're already in the culture every day in my family.
Okay.
And so I told my mother, she was like, that's so cool. You're going to have a Caribbean restaurant and, we're Caribbean. This is so cool. And so it went from there and I came and took over last year in February. My number one question was to him was, do you trust me? Because you are taking over a mom and pop restaurant. Mm-hmm. So people that were in here working were family or really close friends or really close associates. And so now someone new is coming and taking over. There's a little pushback. So you have to expect that come into it. But I knew I had a vision for it. And again, I've scaled multiple companies before, so it wasn't going to be an issue. But I asked them to, one, trust me with it. And number two, I need to scale it. If I can't scale it, I don't want it.
Okay.
Because one business doesn't do anything to my portfolio. Yeah. I need at least 10. Yeah. To start seeing my money come back.
That's what's so.
And so now we're at 2.
And that's crazy. Wait, okay, leading up to that moment, obviously you came in here, there was a lot of things that needed to change, but how did you get to that moment? Because I'm not even gonna say I'm sure, but I imagine that wasn't on the forefront of their mind of scaling up, especially when they're thinking about selling or passing it along.
Right. He was like, whatever you want to do. He was very just like, whatever you want to do. Like, I trust you, whatever you want to do. I said, well, if I'm going to take it, I have to be able to scale it. And so he was already looking to open in Tuscaloosa. And so I put my money in, opened the second location, got the food truck up and running. And now our goal is to open 100 in the next 8 years. And I have a very strong strategy for that to happen that I can't say yet. Because we're still kind of negotiating the terms, me and the league that I'm trying to go into.
Yeah.
We are.
Like Soul Food Cafe.
Right.
Scary.
And Hoover. You gotta say that now because they'll call me
thanks.
oh, I'm calling for Tuscaloosa. I'm like, this is Hoover. They'll order food, be looking for it up there, it'd be down here.
Does that happen often?
Yes.
That gotta be annoying. That'll hurt my heart. That'll hurt, especially because if you pay over the phone too. Oh my God.
No, you pay when you get there.
Okay.
So when they get there, they're like, my food. They're like, you didn't order here. And they're like, oh, I think I ordered the wrong place. They just remake the plate.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
That'll hurt my heart. So scaling, that's what we were.
Yeah. So that's my biggest thing was, can I scale it? And so now we have a strategy to open, like I said, those 100 locations. We're going to start with the first 48 that I have for a solid plan to open them. And the other ones will open around them. Because there's not a lot of restaurants that are soul food Caribbean mixed blend that cook the food daily, that's not fast food, that's in these dry desert areas when it comes to food. And that's what I saw. I didn't see just a business I could just blow up. I saw a need that we need in our culture, in our communities, because everything is fast food, processed food, not real food, not real meat. And I said, okay, if I could take this and put those in those places and have it be the option that is fresh, that it is cooked every single day, that it does taste like the food that your mom or auntie used to make that you probably can't cook now, then now we're fixing a problem.
Okay, I'm hearing you.
Because most places you go into, all of their vegetables are made with meat. Well, there's some vegans out here. Or you have your older generation, our silver tsunami, who, they can't eat that because they have high blood pressure or cholesterol. And so now you're making the food worse for them, but they want that taste. Yeah. And so we figured out how to make the food taste great, but I have all the chemicals and products that's in it. And so we have a lot of vegans that come in and come get our food.
Yeah. My wife was feeling some type of way when she realized what the El Hut meal was. Because I was like, oh, yeah, it's probably going to be meat, so don't even worry about coming with me. Then I got here, I was like, she going to be mad. Dang, she going to be mad.
You try to make options for not everybody, but healthier options versus a processed hamburger or chicken nuggets. Or chicken fingers, because they're everywhere.
Yeah. So I don't know if you noticed, but we're working backwards on this interview. So before Jake's, you had your own business beforehand, and you said you sold it. What led you to that point? And first of all, gaining that business in the first place, because it was a media company?
Yes, so I started Plia. That was my first baby. We go way back being Plia, okay? I was literally my first year working in corporate America after law school and stuff. And I got the same questions over and over again. And I was like, well, how can I like put it somewhere where if someone asks me this question, they just kind of go there and see the answer. And that's when blogging was around.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember blogging?
Of course.
That's before blogging, okay?
Yeah.
That's with a B.
With the big B.
You had to actually type things out and read things and these long blogs. And I had a blog, and it was Pink Lux, because it means to shine from within. And so after we got more corporate and established, my good friend who's in marketing, she said, yeah, ain't nobody gonna hire us with that name. That's why you need people that are not yes people around you when you're growing, okay? And I said, okay, well, what should we call it? And so we made Pink Lux Image Agency an acronym, which became PLIA.
Okay. I love a good acronym.
And so the OGs know that, but the new ones didn't know that. And so when we rebranded, it looked more corporate. It looked more, older.
Yeah.
It looked more not like a baby company. And so, we had that, and it was probably one of the best things I could have done, because when I got to entrepreneurship, it wasn't popular. It wasn't a trend. I was told by the dean of business at a very prestigious business school to not even do entrepreneurship. I'm not going to make any money. I was so hurt when she said that, because I'm like, this is the dean of business, one of the biggest business schools, and you're telling me don't do it? She was like, just go back and do what you're doing, at your job. And of course, I didn't listen. And so we had that company, and we worked with like over 900 businesses in 11 years.
Yeah.
Some of those businesses we helped scale to their first million or their first 8 figures. And so it was a great company. It got to a time that once 11 years passed, before when I first started, marketing wasn't so big. Everyone wasn't doing it.
Okay.
Branding wasn't so big. Everyone wasn't doing it. And everyone wasn't a photographer or videographer.
Yeah.
And so you go from being the only minority woman that has a company like this, so now it's like cool to work with each other, to now everyone wants to go do their own thing. Everyone has their own branding. People that have never branded anything are branding stuff now. People that don't know what marketing is versus branding is being marketing companies now. It just got oversaturated.
Yeah.
And it's important in business to know when to pull out, when to end, when to pivot, even if necessary.
Yeah.
And it was just at that moment where I said, you know what? You've done great. We made like $1 million plus just in like one quarter during COVID. Like we were doing really, really great. But the market was changing.
Okay.
And you have to understand when the market is changing, don't fight the market. Just go do what the market needs. Yeah, silence is sorry, y'all. Just do what the market needs. And so as someone that's been an entrepreneur for so long and helped so many businesses, I realized I can do other things in other markets and still be an entrepreneur. I don't have to start something from the ground up for it to be mine. Once you buy it or invest into it as an equity holder or a private investor or whatever, it's yours. You don't have to start it and struggle from the ground up. I've done that too many times. I'm working smarter now, not harder.
There you go.
So yeah, we went from that into buying and investing in other businesses, and now we're here.
Yeah. So while you were with Clea, you became a mommy.
I did become a mommy.
So
the best little girl ever.
How is that? How was that switch up for you?
It was difficult, y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not about to come in here and go, oh, balance is great, life is great. It was very difficult. After I had her, a lot of people don't know, I got sick really, really bad.
Okay.
I could barely go to the bathroom. I was losing like 10, 15 pounds a week. I had no nutrients in me. I couldn't breastfeed, and that's a whole mental thing a mother goes through when she can't do the thing you're supposed to do as a mother. Thank God I had a team that had the company, it was doing a great job with it, so I could just focus on being a mom. And, you know, a year being away from the company turned into, you know, 2. But again, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Most people can't even be away from, you know, their job for 6 weeks to 8 weeks, and I'm gone for a whole year, and it was doing fine. We ran into some rough patches, of course, 'cause I'm not there, but the team figured it out. And I had to shift from 7 days a week working, because I was a workaholic, and I enjoyed it. It didn't feel like work to me.
Yeah.
To now, I can't go anywhere because it was COVID, mind you. I only had one person in the hospital with me.
Oh my goodness.
We couldn't leave for like 5 days because a regular delivery turned into a C-section. And so everything how I planned it was like totally different. She was my miracle baby, so I was going to do whatever I had to do to make sure she got here safe.
Yeah.
But after having her, like I said, I got sick and couldn't do a lot, couldn't travel. It was just a very hard time. It was just me, her, and my mom. And my mom is like, without her, I don't think I would be here. And I don't think I would have made it without having like some type of postpartum depression or something
which is very
after having my daughter.
Yeah.
I didn't suffer from postpartum depression. I didn't have any of those issues. I had a great pregnancy. It's just after I had her, my body, I guess, went into like flight mode, I guess. And it just went downhill.
Yeah.
I had my mom and I had my nephew that came over, and they would help me, literally like help me get up to go walk to the bathroom.
I mean,
And I'm getting them every 2 hours, trying to cluster feed, trying to, you know, be a great mom. And you don't realize how strong you are. I know it sounds so cliche, y'all, but you don't realize how strong you are until after you have a baby. Because they didn't tell me during COVID that you're supposed to like give up the baby after you have it and they can watch it at night while you sleep. I didn't know that until like the 4th day.
oh my goodness.
I got a baby girl all night in the room with me, trying to feed her, trying to take care of her,
Oh my God.
all these things. And then an older nurse came in and she said, baby, why you still got this baby here all night? I said, I'm supposed to, she mine.
Right.
And she said, I need you to get up and walk. Because if you have a baby in a C-section, you could have internal bleeding or blood clots. And they didn't tell me that. And so this older nurse came in and she told me, and I got up and I started walking around. And after that, I was like, if I'm in pain, oh well.
Yeah.
I got a baby. I got to make sure she's okay. I'll be okay later. But right now, I got to take care of this baby. And she's been the absolute best part of my life.
Is that right?
Like, and again, I'm not trying to be like, oh, she's the best thing ever because she's my baby. But to be honest, she made me a better woman. And she made me realize how strong I was. And she made me focus on what I need to focus on to get to the result I'm trying to get to. She made me realize the importance of learning how to communicate with someone on different levels. Because you're communicating with a 1, a 2, or 3-year-old that has no
totally
clue
different.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
And so she makes you have to think about how do you communicate with at this level. And they helped me in business, ironically. Because I realized everyone's not going to talk at the same level as I'm talking. Not saying that they're slow, it's just that's not the level that they're at yet.
Yeah.
And it took me years to get to that level. So I can't expect a 3-year-old to know everything in 36 months.
Yeah. It's having children is a very maturing experience because you learn in a heartbeat how immature you are about quite a few things, or you learn about how fast you react to things that don't require you to be that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what I'm practicing with my daughter is practicing patience and not allowing things that bother me and put me on 10 to turn the situation to 10, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna give you,
Because they watch everything.
they watch it all. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of this, right? Because at the same time, I want my daughter, I don't whoop my daughter because I don't want my daughter to think that any man's supposed to put their hands on me,
Right.
period. If they do, I'll call daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like I don't whoop my daughter, but I will raise my voice to talk to her very stern, and that's enough to make her do whatever I need to do.
Right.
So like 2 weeks ago, I got our carpets cleaned in the crib, and got her room done, my room done, and my wife's office done. So the dude left, and my daughter was upstairs, and she was like, "Hey, I want my play mat. I want to play with some Play-Doh or something." So my wife was like, "Go ahead." I go upstairs. Like 2 hours later, I go upstairs. She got paint all over. And I was mad. I'm not gonna lie. And it was very hard not to hide how mad I was. And I'm like, this. I don't even think his car out the neighborhood yet. The floor not even dry yet. The floor ain't even dry yet, and you painted on the floor. I was mad. And so I was like, go get your butt up, go do this. And this is how, like, I know my daughter is my wife's and my child. She's so resilient to like not showing her emotions until it's time. So she got up, she cleaned the floor up, she put her stuff away, she closed all her paint, she rinsed all her brushes off. The second she was done, she looked me square in the face and started bawling her eyes out. She said, "Daddy, I just wanted to be a YouTuber like you." And it rocked me because, like, in one hand, I'm trying to control my emotions so I can teach my daughter what it looks like to control her emotions,
Right.
talk to people and communicate with to people without emotion.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm also teaching you that, like, hey, you can be anything you want to be. You want to be an entrepreneur like me. You want to do what I'm doing. And it was like a eye-opening moment for me. It's like, you know, here I am trying to correct my behavior as a father so I don't come off wrong. But I'm leading in a way that I didn't even know I was leading her down that path. I had no clue that she paid attention like that. And so, like, I couldn't even be mad no more. I was like, man, let's clean this carpet together.
You was like, you know what? What a pain it.
Yeah, I was like, it ain't even that deep, baby. It's carpet. You know what I'm saying? And she gave me a hug, and I was like, baby, don't even worry about the carpet. Daddy will get somebody else out here to paint it. That's the reason I got a job. You know what I'm saying? So I can take care of stuff like this. That's my job.
Right, you're like, I'm tripping.
Yeah. And I had to take that moment, like, bro, you tripping. She a 6-year-old, gang. She wanted to paint. And on top of that, she want to be on YouTube.
Right.
Like you. That's tough.
It is tough.
Mm-hmm. So with being an entrepreneur, and this is something I'm learning now, how do you create a good work-life balance between the two?
I laugh at this because I've done several interviews on TV, different things like that. And it always seems to be the number one question someone asks a woman.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not coming against you, so please don't think I am. I laugh because it only usually is when it comes to a woman.
Okay.
I'm around a lot of men. 9 times out of 10, I'm the only female in the room. Almost 10 out of 10 some places. Mm-hmm. And I've never heard another man go, so how is it, you know, working lifestyle balance?
Yeah.
You never hear the question.
Really?
You never hear the question. It's usually, oh, he got it. Or he got a wife. So I'm not going to even think about the question. But when it comes to women, it's always, so how do you do both? Because we're not expected to be doing both.
Yeah. Interesting.
And that's why I laughed. It wasn't
you're good.
to be facetious. It was just, I'm used to the question, and I laugh because now I can answer it with confidence and say there is no such thing.
Really? Okay.
There's nothing. There is, and trust me, I've had this battle and fight with multiple people when I say that.
Yeah.
Because that's not the thing you want to hear. You want to hear, oh, you just do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, wake up at 5 o'clock, you got it. No. I need to sleep.
Yeah.
There is prioritizing what needs to be prioritized in that moment.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the best thing I can give you.
Yeah.
I can't give you false information. I can't give you this beautiful story that you get to hire a nanny and a chef and all these things. And your life will be great because something else will be added onto your plate.
Of course. Now you got free time.
Right. I will say it's all about saying what's a priority in this moment.
Yeah.
And focus on that.
Yeah.
So, like today, I have to be here for the podcast. I got meetings and things like that. And I had to call in my team and go, hey, Mom, I need your help. Usually she's at school, but today she caught a stomach bug, so she's been vomiting and having some issues. And I didn't want to keep canceling on you because again, I'm a woman of my word. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something.
I appreciate it.
But I also want to make sure she's okay. She's my first priority, and so getting all that stuff ready. And again, you got to call in and say, I need help. I used to have a problem doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm a mom, I'm a woman, I should be able to do all these things. Let me put my cape on. Well, I got so sick, I was in the hospital. I was exhausted.
Your body will tell you.
My body would tell me very quickly. And so I call in when I need help. If I can't do something, I got to reschedule. But she's my first priority, so I do what has to come in that priority first.
Yeah.
After she's, with my mother or at school or whatever, then I'm like, my next priority is this podcast. So in this moment, I'm focused only on you.
I'm with you.
I'm not worried about what's the next thing I got to go do after this. I don't worry about this long list. I'm not worried about hiring. I'm focused on you and in this moment because it's our priority right now.
Okay.
Then after I leave here, I'll look at my long list of things and what takes next priority. And I keep going. And if I can't get it all done today, it goes over to tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going.
Yeah.
But I make sure on the weekends, family is a priority.
Okay. Okay.
And so on the weekends, don't book me for nothing. Don't call me for nothing. Hopefully you figured it out. Because if not, we'll talk about it on Monday.
It is.
Because I work so much during the week, I have to have that family time on the weekends.
Yeah.
And so just like I plan for things in the week for my businesses, I plan for the weekend, or my spouse does. And we'll find arts things to go do, dancing to go do, just go walk in the mall, whatever it is, we're doing it as a unit.
Yeah.
And at that moment, there's no phones, there's no taking all over and texting people and calling people and worry about what we got to do for work, what we didn't do last week, right down to the priority.
Okay.
And so you think about it from that perspective versus, okay, I got 5 hours. What can I do in this moment? Now you're already adding stress upon your day before you even get started. But another thing I do is I plan the night before. And so I was up until 12 o'clock last night planning today out to make sure it was going to go how it's supposed to go. But then again, she caught a bug this morning that wasn't planned.
Yeah.
So they got to be able to pivot in the moment and, still keep going. So I don't believe in balance. I believe in this moment, this is a priority, so I got to do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna receive that and put that in the back pocket, because the thing that I have been battling with is with the podcast and stuff like that. People call all the time, you know what I'm saying? Hey, can you guys come shoot this? Or hey, can y'all come here? And then I'll get home, like my wife get frustrated because I'll be talking to Trey. I'll be at the studio with him, and then I get home and I'm on the phone with him for another hour and a half, 2 hours. And she was like, at what point are you gonna be home so we can start being a family? And I'm like, I need to figure out what that balance looks like. Like the other day, I got a phone call. This was Friday. I got a phone call at like, what was it, 9 o'clock at night. I started to take the call, and I knew who it was and what it was about, but I started to take the call, and then I had to sit there and be like, no, my anniversary is this weekend. Like, I'm celebrating being married to my wife for 7 years, starting when it hit 5 o'clock, and it need to be like that.
Right.
And I have to learn how, like, okay, yeah, money's gonna keep calling all the time because you're doing what you're supposed to do, but at the same time, now is the time to enjoy the fruits of that labor.
Right.
Spend that time with your family, be present. So that's why I was asking it, but that's kind of a crazy parallel that you made there, that women only get asked that question. I kind of hate that.
But think about it.
Yeah.
Go through podcasts.
No, real life, the second you said that, I was like, I've never heard a man ask that before. I've never heard. I'm going to ask from now on. I really am, because like,
Because men don't think about it.
Yeah.
They just do.
They don't. And to be honest, I don't like the narrative that men create that like the women take care of the house and home, because like that mindset is outdated.
It is.
Because you as a man these days, unless you making X, Y, and Z, bro, you barely can afford to put a dinner on the table without that costing you 3 hours of your day technically. You see what I'm saying? So if you have an able-bodied partner, especially if you got an able-bodied independent woman in the other room who's willing to work, you're tripping by not letting her do that. Let her be her unapologetically authentic self. Because a lot of women such as yourself, y'all have talents, y'all have drive, y'all have more drive than most of these motherfuckers on here. You know what I'm saying? All these men that need to be asked about they They back and forth at home need to be asking. They need to be at home a little bit more because a lot of men at the same time don't realize how much it takes to have a home and make a happy home at that. Just because you got a house to go back to don't mean it's a happy home.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It take a real woman to do that. So,
and I have a great partner. Like I'm, blessed. I've been through having a partner where, when I worked in corporate, I was working 16 hours a day. Then coming home, trying to start an entrepreneur thing, right? And again, that was 12 years ago when entrepreneurship was not popular. And he didn't get it. And I'm thankful for relationships because they teach you things.
Yeah, they do.
And I was with that person for over a decade. And it taught me when I got home, you have to be present. Just because you're at home doesn't mean you're at home. Yeah, your body's at home, but your mind is still in work.
Yeah.
And so I was never at home. After 16 hours, I got home and I still wasn't at home. And that created friction in our relationship. And probably one of the pillars that made us break up. And I'm thankful for that breakup because it got me to the person I'm with now.
Yep.
And now the person I'm with now, I understand the importance of, hey, it's after hours, boundaries are in place, it's time to shut it off, let's bond.
Yeah.
And he respects it because he's go too. And so I'm going, that can wait till tomorrow.
Her time.
That can wait till tomorrow. We need bonding time because we about to be going like headstrong for the next 2 weeks and we may not get this moment.
Yeah.
But that's also where communication comes in and you have to tell your partner, hey, we share calendars because there's so much that we're doing together and individually that I'm like, hey, I got 13 meetings today. They're all 15 minutes to 30 minutes, blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna be available. I need you to go pick up baby girl. But it's a team effort.
It is.
And then he'll go, hey, I gotta go do this. I got this meeting over here. I gotta fly out this place over here. I won't be here. So I gotta figure out how to fix my schedule to go pick up baby girl. Like it's a team.
It's organized chaos. Yeah.
Exactly. But if I got my stuff going on and I gotta do all this and he's just like, I got all my stuff going on, I gotta do all this, we're gonna have that friction again because we're not communicating. We're not expressing, hey, I need this time. I need you to come hold me because I ain't gonna have time to do this in the next 3 days.
Yeah.
Like today, I won't be home until 9 o'clock tonight.
Damn. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been gone since this morning. You're not gonna see me all day. So yes, this morning I need a hug for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna be able to touch you, talk to you, hug you, nothing until I get home at 9 o'clock tonight. And you're gonna probably be in bed and be tired and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's making those moments that we do have together count.
Yeah.
And again, that communication and be like, hey, we both know our goal. My goal is to retire by 40. He's like 45, 50. So I'm like, in these next 5 years, I'm about to be going hard. We need a vacation twice a year so we can, again, connect back with each other. And then the other months, I'm about to be going real hard.
Yeah.
And you just tell your crew that. So everyone knows what's going on.
Everybody on the same page.
Because I'm like, after 40, my goal is to only invest, buy,
And be gone.
and be gone. Okay? But if I don't do that now, that's not going to happen for me.
You gotta let
I'm going to look up and be
down.
40 and be mad because I just was just kicking it and chilling and half-ass doing it to make everybody else happy.
Yeah.
But if I look in the mirror at 40, I'm not happy. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
That's when resentment start happening in relationships,
Oh my God. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It can turn into that.
It can turn to a lot of things. And instead of doing that, just be upfront and go, hey, this is my goal.
Yeah.
This is what I need from you. This is what you can get from me. And let's go.
Yeah.
But you got to have someone that's on one accord with you.
And understand where your goals and try to meet you. Even if you don't have the same goals, meeting you halfway at that goal post so that it's not so hard
But
to
you
pull.
got to communicate it.
Yeah.
Most people in relationships don't communicate it. They just doing a lot of stuff and they partner like, why are you not at home?
Yeah.
But where's this going?
Yeah.
What are we doing for this? Why are we doing this? And you got to tell your spouse, hey, I need you to be probably helping with dinner, helping cleaning up, helping picking up the kids, do this, while I do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And then the next week, we're going to flip. I'm going to go do that, and you're going to go do what you need to go do for your goals. And we're going to just keep flipping so we can get to our goals individually and together.
Yeah.
And as a woman, so many times we put our goals and dreams, aspirations on the back burner for everybody else. And then we look up one day and we're nowhere where we want to be at.
Yeah.
And then now we have resentment. I've seen that in so many women that's older than me.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't want to be that woman.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm so big on making sure that my wife has her own personality and her own life. And I always tell her, like, yeah, you're my wife. Yeah, you're her mother. Yeah, you're her daughter, but you're you.
Exactly.
And I need you to go be you. Go figure out what that looks like.
What do you like to do?
Here's some money, bye. You know what I'm saying? I see you go a day or two.
Because we forget what we like to do.
Yeah.
After I had my daughter, before her and after her, I had to go, what do I like to do? Not with anybody else, just me.
Yeah. And find your identity.
What do I like to do outside of business? Because that can be also a blocker. Outside of family life, outside of taking care of people in my family that's not even my kids. Mm-hmm. Outside of all those things, what do I like to do? You know what I found out?
Yeah.
I went back to painting.
Really?
Like painting.
Okay.
Because I hadn't done that in years. But that's what I like to do in my spare time. I don't sell the paintings. I don't put it on social media. That's a private Christina thing. But before, it was just, reading. Well, if I'm reading, it's probably a book about business.
Yeah.
If I'm traveling, it's probably to a conference. If I am talking with associates and friends, they always end up having a business conversation in it because they want to ask me questions about business. Like, it always went back to work. Even when I was trying not to have it about work.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going to Pilates, well, don't you have Jake? Don't you have this company? Don't you have that company? Now we back to work.
Yeah.
But with painting, in my room, by myself, nothing playing, quiet time. That is just me and Christina.
You a little wine on the side?
Yeah, a little wine,
Okay.
a little music, a little lo-fi playing.
Okay. Say the mood right.
Right. And it takes me a minute to have to adjust mentally to just focus on that because my brain is always going.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back to painting.
Okay.
And just enjoying that because Christina likes it.
Yeah. So has there ever been a moment where you just kind of wanted to quit it all?
Quit it all?
All of it. As, like pursuing other businesses, being a CEO, has there been a day you woke up and like, I could just not?
Yes. I try to be real and honest as possible because there's not people are not.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But then again, I think about why am I here?
Okay.
And don't mix your feelings with your purpose. That can kind of sometimes get mushed together.
Tell me about
if people move in different ways. So there's a difference between your calling and then like your purpose, right? And people can get stuck on purpose and do things in business today from an emotional state. Like, I like talking, so that must mean I gotta have a podcast. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Right? It could be that you are needed to speak and talk to younger kids, not even on camera. Or be a good friend because you might have friends that are going through trials, tribulations, and they need your voice to help them through this moment.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it has to be on camera.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then there's callings. Like, you are meant to do this. You are literally helping the world, which is helping God's people by doing this.
Yeah.
And business is not a passion of mine. I would have quit a long time ago. Because it gets hard.
Yeah.
And it gets frustrating. And I've lost everything I have to my name twice being an entrepreneur. When I mean everything, I showed up to my mom's house with a basket of clothes and a vacuum cleaner. That's all I had to my name.
Time to start over.
After going to law school, after doing everything right, I'm like, how am I here?
Yeah.
I had a beautiful condo in Hoover, driving a BMW at like 24, 25. How am I here now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's because if you do things for passion, when it gets hard, you just go to the next thing you're passionate about.
You made me cross my head.
You get what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I like talking, but I also like, you said you like working out.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that means I gotta open up a gym
Yeah.
and do some classes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. You know what? I do make a good banana pudding. I should probably start cooking instead.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go be a chef. You get what I'm saying?
That's how
Because
that
you can be
happens.
passionate about a lot
Yeah.
of things, but that doesn't mean that's your calling.
Yeah.
And for me, my calling, I've always known, was to be a bridge in a very divided world. I didn't understand it until after college. I've been through so many things for racism and discrimination as a mixed woman in this world. And I was always that bridge from this race to that race. I was always that bridge from being this person into this person in this industry. And then I said, I want to help businesses that get stuck and can't grow or scale. And people don't realize they're always in phase 1 of business.
Yeah.
They've never got to phase 2 and 3. They're just trying to rush to get there because that's what looks more popular and profitable. And stage 1 of business means you're in the start of it and you're in the funding stage.
Yeah.
So if you're saying I'm about to grow my business, but I got no capital, that means you're not ready to grow yet.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time. I'm about to grow my business, I'm about to scale, but I need, investors, I need capital. But you're not ready to grow and scale yet. You need to figure out how much money it costs to grow and scale. So open up a restaurant costs you about $260,000. Especially if you got to build walls, put in kitchen appliances, all this type of stuff. That's expensive. If you don't have any money, you're not ready to do that yet.
Yeah.
And so I try to teach businesses, what stage are you at? And be okay in that stage. But that's my calling. Because when I started being an entrepreneur, there was no consulting agency that was out that was only focused on that level 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Everybody's focused on level 3, 4, and 5 in business because those are the businesses that have money.
Okay.
But if you work with a business long enough, they become level 3, 4, and 5. And that's what I did. Because I realized, why have all this education, all this knowledge, all this know-how?
Yeah.
Not just education, but the actual know-how, because you've done it so many times, and not help people that look like you.
That makes a lot of sense.
And now they get stuck at level 1, and they don't even know how to find capital.
Yeah.
Now they're ready to grow. They're not ready to grow yet. They don't even know what an SOP is. They don't know what an organizational structure is. They don't even know who the person they either hire first to make more money in their company is. You know what I'm saying? That's a calling. I do it in my sleep.
Really? You are so fascinating. You know that?
Versus if I just said, oh, I like business.
Yeah. It's not the same. I'm passionate about business.
Yeah, passionate about business. And you're like, well, what's the ROI cap indicator? Okay, not that business level yet.
I don't know that much.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's calling, and then there's passion. And I'm passionate about a lot of things. I'm passionate about shoes.
Yeah.
I'm about to have a shoe company no time soon.
Cool.
I'm passionate about cars. I'm not about to have a dealership anytime soon. Now, will it be my portfolio in the future? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's when you start building a portfolio.
Yeah.
Because now you're building a portfolio and buying companies because they're passion projects.
Yeah. Okay.
Versus my calling is to be that gap, that bridge for that gap. And now we have 930 some businesses that we've helped go from no capital, no money, no sales, to 6 figures. People are quitting their full-time jobs doing it, to having multi-million-dollar in their company, to having multiple locations and franchising. Like, it's grown so much.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only person that I know that can do that for people, because I'm the person that I know that went to school for it.
Yeah.
And that took 10 years of her life devoting to learning business.
Okay.
Now we're at year 13. That's 13 years of business experience.
Yes.
And companies that fail,
Yeah.
and companies that scale, companies that grow, and companies that get to level 5, which is less than 1% of minority companies, which is acquisition and merging.
What does that necessarily mean?
Meaning you're about to sell your company to another business, or you're about to merge with another business and you're going to lose your name, but it's going to make their company more profitable.
Understood. Okay. Interesting. Damn, you're an interesting person. So, oh man. So going to school, so you say you were going to school for a lawyer at one point, or
Yeah.
was it all at the same time, or?
So law and business, and then I also have project management certification.
Wow. How long were you in school?
So undergrad, I was in school for 3 years. I was school online because again, I was always focused and like I need to get done. And I didn't understand the purpose of going to school for 4 years just because I can have the summers off and have fun.
Yeah.
I was like, I got goals.
Yeah.
And I've never been the popular kid. So I didn't care about going to parties and going to all the stuff people go to college for. I knew I came from a family that didn't have much, and most of us didn't get past our mailbox. And I had to get way past that mailbox
Yeah.
to make a difference in my family, in the world. And so went to school online, finished very, very fast, then went on to law school and finished that fast. So I was in school for, like the average is like 8 to 9 years. I was in school like 5.5.
What you be saying? What you be saying? Yeah. Okay.
Because I was like, why am I taking off for the summer?
Yeah.
To go back home and be broke?
And not do nothing too.
To go back home to a house that got an air conditioner? Like, not to talk about my family, but my mom, but she was a single mother with 6 kids.
Yeah.
Like, I was the last one. I gotta get us out of the situation.
Yeah. Dang. I can understand that. It's the drive to want to change other people's lives that make me get up to do this every day. Real life. Because I aspire to have that opportunity to be able to change people's lives. I aspire to have this podcast turn into not just something locally, although I want it to remain focused on our local businesses. Like you said, I love to bridge that gap right there.
Yeah.
I love for people to find out, like, hey, Birmingham is actually a bomb place.
It is.
You know, I know y'all got your own season of First 48, or we also got our own season of TVH, and then you can watch that and be like, okay, they got entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying?
Right, everybody not, shooting up everybody.
That's not everybody. You might. I don't know what you be doing when you get out of here, Christina.
I will say, learn how to shoot, ladies.
Oh, that part, always. So towards the end of the interview, I have 3 questions that I always ask.
Okay.
First question being, if a future version of yourself came through the door right now, you got 2 questions to ask yourself. What would those 2 questions be?
Of a
And this future version of yourself is, you see it exactly the way you want it to be.
2 questions. God, that's a good question.
I think I love when everybody turn to me and say that. Like, yeah, that's a great question.
My future self, what 2 questions? Are you satisfied? That'd be the first one. We don't ask ourselves enough that question. Because if we did, we'll go harder or smarter. So are you satisfied? Be 1. 2, my second question to my future self, what would I ask? Hey, I was good on 1. You said 2, Lord.
2 questions. Yeah. I'm gonna give you an example. Somebody said I thought it was hilarious. Well, one of them was hilarious.
I got it.
Go. Yes.
Stay close to God. Did you stay close to God during your journey? That's what I would ask myself. Because a lot of times when things are going good, we get a little less connected to God. And then as soon as something happens bad, we're like, God, where you at?
Yep.
We need you, Lord.
Yeah.
So I would just ask myself, did I stay connected? And it would show, of course. But it is important because, again, like I said, things are going great.
Yeah.
You don't pray as much.
They say if life was perfect, would anybody pray?
Right.
Yeah. Second question. What is a song that you think describes your journey up until now?
Cardi B, Elsewhere. Which? Elsewhere.
Hey, yo, that's hilarious.
Let's see. A song that describes my life up to now. I would say it is "Stay with Me" by Jack LaCar.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I actually know that song. I ain't gotta cue that one up. Okay, I know that one.
Because in the song, she talks about when people leave you, they're gone. And when you're on a journey of entrepreneurship or whatever you're doing in your life, it can be in school because you're about to go to college, or about to graduate college, or go to medical school, whatever. It could be you're not getting educated and you're going to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, because those exist too. Whatever you are in your journey, making sure you understand that God is with you. And it's okay to cry out to him and ask for guidance, because that's what he's there for. He knows you need him more than you know you need him.
That part.
Right? And so that song, every time I hear it, I cry. I cannot drive and hear that song, okay? And so I got to pull over or something, because every single time I hear that song, I think about how far I've come, how far I have to still keep going to, and to know in this season, go after everything, even if you only have 10% of it. That's another thing in women and men. Men will go full blast with 10% knowledge of something. Y'all know the whole story. Y'all just, I got this idea, I'm about to go after it. Women, we got to make sure it makes sense. We got to create a whole presentation. We got to ask everybody else for their advice or their thought process. We got to have like 60 to 80% of it before we actually go do it. And again, having a good partner. When I saw how he moves, having 10% of something, and it works out amazingly, I said, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah. Jump in.
A presentation?
Jump in.
I got 10% of a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it. But this year has been different.
Yeah.
I will come to you and go, hey, I want to collaborate. I got 10% of the idea. This is what I got so far. Can you help with the rest of it? Or who do you know that can help with the rest of it? And let's figure it out. And then they feel useful. They feel valuable in the relationship because they're bringing something to it.
Yep.
And it ends up working out even better.
That's how validation works.
So, yeah. So that song, you're going to need that in business or any phase of your life, is God being with you.
Okay. And the final question being, who do you think needs to be the next hustler to sit in that chair?
The next hustler. Have you interviewed Megan?
I have.
The next hustler. There's this young girl that I saw. I don't know her. I would like to know her. And her last name is Seven on Facebook. I have to give it to you. Mm-hmm. But I love how she's positive. I don't even know what she does.
Really?
I think she's in hair, I think.
That.
But she's a young woman going after it. But she's also a young woman that is sowing seeds and helping other young women too. Like I said, I don't know her first name.
I love that.
But I've just seen that she is helping people. And in this world where there's so much division, we need more of us helping each other.
100%.
And so I'll figure out her first name. She's gonna probably watch this and be like, girl, you know my first name. You're here telling me to go sit over in his chair. But I see what she's doing. And it reminds me of what I did years ago, having conferences and doing things like that. And when you see someone trying, you gotta let them know that they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Because people don't get up and try.
Yeah. Trying is half the battle.
It is. So when someone is trying, recognize them.
Okay. We're going to receive that. We're going to leave on that note right there. This has been another episode of Talk Vibe Hustle. Christina has been amazing. Give them your socials. Wait, hold on. I'm banking us out of here too early. Give them your socials. Tell them where they can find you at. We at Jake's on top of that. Tell them we at Jake's again.
We're at Jake's Food Cafe in Hoover. We have a second location in Tuscaloosa. Also, if we're on social media, on Instagram, I am Billionaire.Christina. And if you're on Facebook, it's Christina Renteria. And all my other platforms, TikTok, all of that is Billionaire Christina. Also, there's a conference coming up if it goes out in time. The Power of Collaboration, to teach people how to collaborate the legal way, financially, all of that. It's going to be on September 27th of 2025. It's a brunch style. And also, I have a few new things kicking off as well. So they're going to be seeing a lot on my social media. So make sure you follow me because I want to do workshops and things like that. And I also have the Billionaire Circle. And so that's when I get 10 entrepreneurs together and we literally just go in like head first into all of our problems in our business. And as a collective, we help each other. We're not charging each other.
Yeah.
We're literally just helping each other to, again, bridge that gap, get us to the next level in our business.
Okay. I want to be in the circle.
Yes.
Ooh, I want to be in the circle. Well, I guess now I can rap.
And it's free, just so you know, it's free.
Okay.
Yeah, you just sign up, and the first 10 people, we figure out if you're in business and all that kind of stuff. And then I try to keep the room different.
Yeah.
And that way it's always fresh.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to sign up. You have been amazing.
Thank you.
I want you to tell. I want to tell you this on camera because usually I say it after the interview. You've been amazing. You opened my eyes to a few things that I haven't thought about as an entrepreneur yet that I really appreciate. I'm gonna take that and put it in my pocket.
Thank you.
I
That's part about
appreciate
calling. You see what I'm saying? It's different.
Yeah. This has been another episode of Talk Vibe Hustle. I appreciate y'all for making it this far. You can drop a big money bag in the comments for Christina. That's for the billionaire next to me. Hey man, and I appreciate y'all coming. See you next time. Peace. Boom.